Well, hello. So today I'm going to tell you my 7-Eleven story. I was harassed at 7-Eleven, communicated it to 7-Eleven, and the person, their employee, continued to harass me as if nothing had happened. And as how 7-Eleven completely dropped the ball and opted to pretend like I didn't exist. So let's start. Let's go back in time. Let's go. So I'm a very friendly person. So I go in. There's a local 7-Eleven. I go in to say hello. Hey, what's up? Sometimes I'll get some food, whatnot. So there's one day when I happened to walk in, and one of the employees told me, "Oh, the other employee thinks you like him because you're very friendly, and you're inviting him to like do comedy together." I'm like, "That's just because I'm really nice." I'm an oddly nice person. So I wanted to clear up the air. So on Thanksgiving, I walked in and I calmly, quietly said to him, I was like, "Hey, listen, just kind of want to clear up the air. I'm not attracted to you, just letting you know." And then he went off in front of all the employees and said, "Well, so and so told me that you have AIDS," and in front of all the customers. And it's almost like he was really upset about me telling him that I don't like him. I'm confused about the whole situation altogether. So, but the problem was that he'd said in front of everybody that I happen to have AIDS. Now, I don't have AIDS. I have HIV. It's a whole different. I'm undetectable. But perhaps 7-Eleven didn't think that I would come out and speak about my status. And for the sake of other people who are discriminated because of their status and in particular ways, then I am coming out and talking about it. Now, some people wonder, like, well, how did they find out about, your status in the first place? It's like, shouldn't you keep, well, some people say, maybe I should keep it a secret. Maybe it should be something that, I shouldn't tell a lot of people. What's the need of telling a lot of people? The conversation that I was having with a friend at the time was for the safety of, humanity. We were talking about condoms, and the employee happened to be there, and she happened to join in the conversation, and I mentioned it to her, and I asked her, I was like, don't tell other people. Well, back to the story originally. I was walking home after I was really upset about what happened with the guy who had said these things, and I bumped into my neighbors. Now, my neighbors started telling me that there was the same lady was started telling people in the neighborhood that someone had HIV, not necessarily I, but someone in the neighborhood had HIV. And I was like, wow, that's really messed up. So I walked, called 7-Eleven, made the complaint, got the number about the complaint, and I let it go. I didn't hear back from them for like 3 days at all. And then I finally decided I'm going to go in to address the issue, not just for me, but for humanity itself. Like, I care, like, that, they're not treating their customers well. So I walked in and talked to the store manager. The store manager assured me everything was fine, everything was cool, totally apologized, was really understanding about the situation. And I thought everything was handled. I was led to the assumption that the employee would be let go because there were other issues as well that weren't spoken of. But the person kind of said, So I was like, all right. I was left at peace. Go back a couple, like maybe I haven't gone back there. I'll give it like maybe 2 weeks. Haven't heard from them, and I still see an employee. I bumped into the other employees, and the employees was like, no, they fired the store manager. I was like, what? Why? So the other employee's still there, and I was like, wow, okay, that's cool, whatever. I assume that at some point in time, oh, by the way, I had asked 7-Eleven if I could sit down with the employees and let them know. I was like, I'm not here to sue. I'm not here for money. I'm not here for anything. I'm here to communicate how painful it is to treat a person in this way. How humiliating a person in front of customers is bad for business. I don't know if they know that. I don't know if they're aware of that, but it's literally a cancer and a disease. And back in the day, a person would get on and tell people, 9 people, be like, this is what happened to me. This is what happened to me. Don't go there. Don't go there. And those people would tell 9 people whatnot. Depends on the trust that the person had. Now you have YouTube. You have people that are subscribers. I may not have a lot of subscribers, but the people that listen to me have a certain weight and can get this message across to other people. Now, what do I want? Now, so it doesn't stop there. It does not stop there. So 7-Eleven didn't deal with it, spoke to the regional manager, and I explained to her, I was like, listen, I'd like to sit down with your employees and explain to them how painful this is to treat a person in such a way and humiliate. And she was like, no. I was like, why not? She was like, well, because we can't force people to do these kind of things. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm offering you, like, basically a plea saying, let me explain the situation, because what I could do is I could take this to the Better Business Bureau, and I have witnesses and whatnot, and I could file an entire case against the company itself for not dealing with the issue. But I was willing to just sit down and communicate, with the employees and let my message across, and so that we can have a revelation of light. So I can be like, hey, listen, this is where I was coming from. So we weren't mysteries to each other. We weren't making each other into monsters and whatnot. So that happened. The regional manager was kind of confrontational about it. Didn't they see? Actually, most of the employees that have come afterwards were very confrontational about the issue. And 7-Eleven has asked their employees not to speak about the situation, even though they have. So that's a whole different issue altogether. So then recently, I don't go around there. So recently, I walked by. My friend wanted to, buy something, and happens to be the one place nearby that sells it. And I was like, all right, that's cool. Let's go by. So I waited outside. As I was outside, the employee that had humiliated me started making kissing noises, like, and I didn't notice it because I don't care. Like, that's 87. Like, that's gonna be gone, and like, when the evolution happens. But for the sake of the company, I think that humanity just needs to like have that sense of customer service, and you can't have an employee be a cancer to your entire corporation. So I'm actually doing you a service. Now, what do I want now at this particular point in time? Well, you figure it out amongst yourselves, because I'm going to keep making these videos as long as this employee remains there. And as long as I'm being harassed, I'm going to keep making these videos. And I might even go into other issues. I might research what's in the meat. I might research what's in the sushi. I might, talk about various different elements that you guys provide. The whole element about the coffee and the cancer. Where's the sign? Make sure that all the signs are there. Now you can get sued. File people. Let people know about the situation. Because humiliating a person with like a HIV or anything at all, humiliating a person in general is just really bad for business. So that's my story. Now, 7-Eleven has sent me that copy paste message like, can you just put it on our website, put it on our website, put it on our website? And I'm like, no, because it doesn't, putting it on your website is not going to lead to anything. You're not going to communicate. You're not going to talk to me. You're not going to have any kind of communication with me. So I'm just going all out and I'm saying, this is what's up. And I'm going to keep telling my story, and I'm going to tell it to as many people as possible, because people with HIV should not be humiliated. Yeah. So, customers should not be humiliated. Hey, there's a great business tip for you, right? I want to wish you all, though, even 7-Eleven and the employee, a wonderful, wonderful eternity.